Mark Hinton last updated 12:41 the 5th of June 2018. Sky Sport NZ's Super Rugby win streak over Aussie sides now stands at 38 after the Blues' 24-21 win over the Waratahs MARC EVANS. Getty Images Akira Ioane and the Blues found a way to scrape out a knife-edge victory over the Waratahs at Brookvale Oval. Mark Evans, Getty Images The Blues players celebrate their win, which extends the Kiwi streak over Aussie teams in Super Rugby to 38. Rugby Streaky, in so many ways. But for the battling Blues, the only run of wins that really matters is the one in a row they've now managed in Super Rugby. Forget the weight of a nation, or two. Tana Umaga and his men were just looking to deliver on their own expectations when they ran out against the Waratahs at Brookvale Oval in suburban Sydney on Saturday night. At the end of 80-plus exacting, exhausting and at times exhilarating minutes of rugby, the Blues had clung on by their fingernails for a 24-21 victory that was notable on all sorts of fronts. Yes, it preserved that Super Rugby win streak by Kiwi teams over their trans-Tasman rivals stretching back to 2016. That now numbers 38, and has become as much a figure of annoyance for the Aussies, as one of pride for us this side of the ditch. Redmore, *, Blues keep the streak alive, *, Canes blow away Lions, *, Jaguares upset Chiefs, *, Mo'unga stands up for Crusaders, but for a team that had won only 2 of its 9 matches hitherto, and has become somewhat of a figure of pity around the country, the result on Saturday night had much more important connotations. To be honest, it wasn't till it was mentioned to us Thursday around the streak that's going. "We had other things to focus on," said Umaga in Sydney on Sunday. "We thought it was best to focus on things we can control and not those outside concerns. A lot of people talked about it, but not us. We just got around, did our jobs and played to the plan as best we could, and got the result which we're happy about." Senior Blues lock Patrick Depolitu had a slightly different view. He knew exactly what was at stake, was energized by it and felt a sense of relief when the team was able to mount a big late defensive stand and hold out the surging Waratahs, despite being outscored 3 tries to 2. "When I heard about the streak, that pretty much fired me up in the days leading up," he said. "I was happy for us, and happy for the guys who put in the work. I had an easy week coming back from illness, but seeing the work everyone else put in, it was quite deserved." Add feedback for Umaga: "It was a monumental result for a franchise that, frankly, needed a shot in the arm. It also extended their own unbeaten run over Aussie sides to 11 matches, and 3 seasons. It was huge for us, no doubt about that," said Umaga. "We needed some positive outcomes for the amount of work we'd put in. We knew the TAHs were targeting us, and we just wanted to put a bit of pride back in our performance, and our club. We put a lot of emphasis on this, and I'm so proud of the way these guys stood up to it with all those outside influences. They really hung in there and did what it took." It was more gritty than pretty from the Blues as they spent most of the second spell, after leading 18-14 at the break, locked into desperation defense mode. But for once, they negotiated the big moments and pivotal plays. They soaked up 19 phases of pressure in the red zone late before the Waratahs settled for a low-percentage cross-kick they overcooked. Then, after making a mess of a line-out in the final minute, they scrambled to save the day and forced the decisive error. Youngsters such as debutant Caleb Clark, centre Orban Luge, wing Tumu Amanu, flanker Dalton Papali and first 5 Stephen Perofeta came through their acid tests. The Ioane brothers flashed their class, and returning vets Augie Pulu, Jerome Kano and Depolitu brought the physicality, direction and steel their team so desperately needed. Umaga lauded the contributions of them all, and others. And with no major injuries, and maybe Melanie Nunai, Sonny Bill Williams and 1 or 2 others back this week, that Friday visit from the Hurricanes isn't quite as daunting as it seemed just a few days ago. "The Hurricanes are on a roll, but like any team they're beatable," reflected Depolitu. "We've just got to do the work this week and come in confident in what we've put out. With the right plan and good execution we should be alright."